Hello my kings, queens, and fellow non-binary leaders, and welcome back to Nerdy Nekoma. I'm really excited to have y'all here again. This is my first video that I'm recording from Japan, which, oh my god, I really made it. I can't quite believe this. Yeah, if you hear some background noise, I'm sorry, I haven't figured out everything yet in this new location, but I hope you will like it, so let's get started with the final part of In My Shadow Alternative Ending 1. Are you ready? Atsumu took a deep breath. He listened for how the air flooded his airways, the calm breathing of Sakusa next to him, and the dull noises just outside the changing rooms. His feet were firmly planted on the ground, and he felt the sturdy wood of the bench beneath him. Slowly he opened his eyes and looked up at his boyfriend with a smile. The dark ink-colored eyes reflected worry, and yet it barely rivaled the excitement in them. Atsumu's heart swelled with pride and joy as he saw him like this. The MSBY jersey still looked forbiddenly good on him, and somehow the compression sleeves made it worse. He smirked, already planning to make a show of taking it off later. Shouldn't I ask you that? We've never made a relationship public, though I think some might have speculated after your melodrama when I died. And now you'll go out there announcing our marriage without preamble. The press will be all over you, you know? The ace rolled his eyes, but a small smile tugged on his lips against his will. I'm not announcing anything. I'm just wearing a jersey with my name on it, that's all. Not my problem that it changed. Atsumu laughed and got up. The team had given them a moment to make sure everything would be alright. This was Atsumu's first official game after his life had been ripped from his hands. It was at the height of the season, and all eyes would be trained on him. Atsumu, are you sure you are feeling okay? He stopped him gently as the setter approached the door. The blonde looked up at him with a soft expression coining his face. Yeah, a bit nervous, but I'm so grateful. I can play again. I didn't think I'd ever get the chance to. His voice wavered a bit. Immediately, Kiyomi's arms slung around him, and he pulled him into a tight embrace. Atsumu reciprocated effortlessly. Just stay close to me, yeah? Always. With another deep breath, they stepped outside. The team was waiting for them, grinning and full of nervous pre-game energy. Hinata looked like he was about to implode or start glowing if he wouldn't get onto the court soon. It was so familiar and so thrilling all at once. Kiyomi took his hand and they made their way to the gym. As he took a few steps in front of Atsumu, the setter's grin widened. The back of his jersey read Mia K instead of Sakusa, matching his, which read Mia A. Now, Kiyomi was all his, and Shinsuke's, and Eren's, and he was all theirs. No one would be able to separate them from now on. As they walked into the hall, the familiar sound of cheers surrounded him. The setter had worried it might overwhelm him after everything he had been through, but it only filled him with a familiar rush. His heartbeat accelerated and he felt warmth rise up inside him. His signature bright smile split his face, and he waved at a few fans, trying to get his attention. A small scar marked the point where the blade had pierced his hand 6 months ago. It was still a little red, but already fading. Nothing else remained from the injury, only occasional phantom pains. He rubbed over it to soothe his mind, as if to prove that no metal cutter remained buried in his flesh. Sakusa saw it and gently took his hand again as they gathered around their coach and listened to the instructions about the game. It effectively grounded him in his previous excitement. And here comes the team of MSBY. It's been a while since we have seen them in this formation on the court. The excitement is palpable. Truly, this is an excellent alignment, promising a tension-packed game. For the first time in a year, we will see Mia Atsumu again as their setter. He took a long break after a tragic incident last year that left the sports world rattled. Some speculated it might be too early for him to resume his position, but Coach Foster assured us he is more than ready. A genuinely remarkable feat to have worked himself back onto the court this quickly, and yet we expected nothing less from MSBY's star setter. And that is not the only return fans can celebrate today. It shocked everyone when at the end of the last season, Sakusa Kiyomi, MSBY's wing spiker, announced his retirement. Now he returns to the court with his setter, and we all couldn't be more glad to see more of the duo. Speaking of which, are you seeing this? I think they might have switched up their jerseys. The second commentator looked closer on his display, and before he could even fully comprehend it, the crowd broke out in a mixture of confused cheers and gasps as their attention was directed to the tall ace. Unless Atsumu is spelled with a K, I'm afraid you're wrong. What a bold move on their part! Nobody would have expected this. It seems their formation has changed after all, as Miya Atsumu jogs onto the court as their setter, followed by the wing spiker Miya Kiyomi. Sakusa-san? Sakusa-san, a question please. Atsumu chuckled to himself as his husband stubbornly ignored the reporters trying to gain his attention from the side of the court. The game ended with a resounding cheer from all sides as MSBY could secure the last point. It was a hard-fought game, and Atsumu had to watch the last 2 of 5 sets in total from the sidelines as the exhaustion was getting to him, and the phantom pain flared up under the pressure. He had pushed himself in the 3rd set. Afterwards, Kiyomi pushed him onto the bench gently, squeezed his shoulder reassuringly, and went to tell Coach Foster. He didn't have to say anything, and he didn't even try to protest. He was content watching his wonderful husband on the court, making sure his previous work wasn't in vain. Just seeing him happy and enjoying the sport again they both loved so much made it all worth it. Add to that, Hinata's and Bogota's excitement in full blossom once more, and it almost felt as though nothing had happened, even when observing it from the sidelines. Miya-san? Atsumu turned around reflexively, but she wasn't looking at him but Kiyomi. To his surprise, this time his husband faltered and turned to her. This was a difficult game. Would you say this was because of the strength of your opponents, or did MSBY not yet have the chance to adjust to the new circumstances? Kiyomi paused for a second, but much to the other reporters' dismay, actually began answering her question, making Atsumu squeeze his hand a little tighter and his grin brighten a little wider. I think it's a combination of both. Our opponents today were very strong, and to underestimate them would be doing them a disservice. However, our team is strong too, and to say that we reached our limit today already would be, simply put, a lie. Would you say once your husband is back to full health, things will change? Atsumu tried to hide a smirk. It was clever how seamlessly she had weaved the confirmation of their relationship into the question, depending on what Kiyomi would answer. However, the Raven was too smart not to notice. He'll likely just leave and take Yes, once my husband is back to his full strength, we'll be stronger as a whole. Yet, that doesn't just go for Atsumu. This situation has taken a toll on all of us, and once my other husband has fully recovered from this as well, we might have to fight this hard again when playing the Red Falcons. She couldn't process his words fast enough, and Atsumu too was stunned at how forward Kiyomi suddenly appeared. The dark-haired brought his hand with the ring, which he had put on after the game again, to his lips and kissed it gently, as though the 1,000 clicks of cameras didn't exist. The setter's cheeks were burning up bright red, and before he was given the chance to catch himself, Sakusa pulled him along, back to ignoring the reporters' questions, and backed up by their team in their endeavor to leave swiftly. They snuck out a back door, not interested in the after-party, where Kida and Eren greeted them, already waiting by their car. Once the shock faded, Atsumu hadn't stopped talking, rambling really, his face still red. What were you thinking? And why? I thought you were the shy one, or at least the I don't want all the attention one. Are you mad you didn't get the chance to announce it and gather the attention for yourself? Kiyomi's grin was teasing, and he leaned closer to Atsumu, who blushed bright red once more. In the background echoed Kida's chuckle. The silver-haired observed him fondly from where he leaned against Eren's side, waiting for them. Don't laugh. Say something. He totally caught me off guard. I probably made some stupid face or something that'll be on social media forever now. Yeah, Kyo, warn us next time so that we can appreciate the sight of Atsumu getting all flustered instead of being surprised. Atsumu huffed out a noise of protest, or more accurately, betrayal perhaps. It was cut short when Eren's warm hand kept his cheek and he placed a tender kiss to his forehead. The sweater practically melted under his touch. You all are going to be the death of me. We wouldn't dream of it. Never again. Kida took his hand and placed a kiss on his cheek. Surrounded by all three of them, his face hot with a furious blush, Atsumu felt his brain refusing function. It was pleasantly warm, though he shuddered when he opened his eyes to glance over Eren's shoulder and saw the shadows growing. Shinsuke noticed, followed his gaze, and quickly pulled him to the car. There likely wasn't anything hiding in them, but it's not like they were about to risk it. The other two followed suit. Only once they were home did the tension fall from his shoulders completely. The new house was nice, smaller than the first, bigger than the second. Shinsuke had begun painting flowers and greenery wherever he saw them fit, giving it a very welcoming, cozy atmosphere. It felt like home, untainted by bad memories. Atsumu and Kiyomi quickly moved to shower, and Will decided tried to opt for joining the others right after. The Raven insisted they take a bath to relax their strained muscles and avoid soreness. Finally, after Atsumu let himself fall onto the bed with a sigh, he pulled Shinsuke into his arms, who was already waiting for them and looking through options for a movie to watch. He chuckled as Atsumu snuggled up to his neck and refused to let go, putting an arm around the blonde. Are you feeling okay? Atsumu hummed in agreement, melting against his side as the tension fell off him. Eren and Kiyomi climbed into bed beside them, and the former gently draped a blanket over Atsumu. Even after 6 months, their attention to his care hadn't really settled, and at this point, Atsumu didn't want it to yet. Shinsuke leaned down to press a gentle kiss to Atsumu's hair and began to wrap soothing circles into his back. I love you, Atsumu, and I'm proud of you. Watching you play again was a gift. Atsumu's breath hitched a little as he caught the warmth in Kida's gaze, and he smiled. They shared a tender kiss. I love you too. I'm happy. I couldn't have done that without you. Thank you. He reached out to the other two as well and coaxed them into a group hug. Kiyomi easily slung his arms around him and Shinsuke, and with a chuckle, Eren pulled all three of them close. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you liked this alternative ending all in total, but also this final part. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. There is hypothetically maybe more to the series that I will publish. Definitely a supercut of this one with bonus material. And tell me if the quality was okay. Like, again, this is a completely new setting and setup, so I hope it was fine. And please give me your feedback on that. A special thanks always goes out to my Nijinekos. I hope you will forgive me. I haven't been able to update these pages yet. However, I will soon. Thank you so much for everyone who recently joined, and for Christian for gifting a bunch of memberships to new people. Thank you for being here. I genuinely appreciate it so much. You make all of this possible. The fact that I can still do this job while studying. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Here are my other social medias. Check them out if you like. Especially if you want to see more about my life in Japan. Check out my second channel. It's linked here. And here's my content. Check that out too. Now, if you want to finish the day. Bye.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.